prices and protectionism. We achieved what we did due to the correctness of the economic policies we initiated in 1977, abandoning the restraints and policies of the pre-1977 period. We avoided complete economic and financial disaster and even starvation thereby. Not only we, but political parties all over the world are rethinking their policies in the context of modern developments in nuclear power and technological discoveries. The socialist government of France has abandoned its attempt to introduce a socialist education system and impose a brake on nationalization. Making a fortune is no longer prohibited. Private businesses creating wealth and jobs, as well as investment by non-socialist taxation, are encouraged. China, a communist country, says there can be two systems under one government. Free trade zones have been permitted in a number of cities on the coastline, and international multinationals are investing in them heavily to sell goods to the hundreds of millions living in China. Chinese leaders have openly stated that some of Marxist theories are not suitable for adoption in conditions that exist today. Cuba has inaugurated a free trade zone. Its policies with regard to the zone are very similar to ours. Our government has followed many new policies since 1977, and in the future we have to consider similar new ones that suit our country, its people, and the resources we have. In the election manifesto issued by the SLFP's sponsored candidate for the Ahaliagoda by-election in May 1983, the following passage occurs. A. Oppressive measures such as the Anti-Terrorist Act are introduced in order to achieve this end. B. A struggle for a general election dissolving the Parliament in 1983 before the scheduled date. C. By virtue of the power and strength he receives as the MP, he would be in a position to mobilize an extensive extra-parliamentary mass campaign, uniting the said campaign with the liberation movements in the north. The SLFP-sponsored candidate was defeated at Ahaliagoda in May 1983. 13 Sinhalese soldiers were killed by a bomb blast in the Jaffna Peninsula on July 23, 1983. Riots broke out in Colombo on the next day, the day of the funeral in Colombo. The events of July not only smeared the name of Sri Lanka throughout the world, they also showed that all those in the north and the south who seek to overthrow an elected government by violence, by creation of communal and religious discord, by terrorism and other similar methods had joined hands. During the 6-year period, the following appeals to the electorates had resulted in victories for the government party, the United National Party, at local elections, municipal council elections, DDC elections, by-elections, presidential election, and referendum in October-November 1982, and 2 victories in by-elections in Minneri and Kundasale in September 1984. The presidential election and the referendum results meant that the president could hold office from February 1983 till February 1989, and the parliament could function till July-August 1989. This may have made those thirsting for the sweets of political power think of quicker means of achieving their desires than through elections. By-elections will be held soon for the vacant seats at Trincomalee, Padarippu, Mayangana and Mulgirigala, while in the northern province the possibility of doing so is being studied. Honourable members of Parliament can rest assured that as they are functioning as members, not by their own votes or anybody's fiat, but by the wish of a majority of the votes at a referendum, that I will not defy the wish of the people by dissolving Parliament and holding elections, to satisfy those who preach one thing and practice something else. Honourable members are aware of the proceedings of the All-Party Conference which commenced in January 1984. I am tabling all relevant documents which were part of the official proceedings of the conference for perusal by members up to the last meeting of the plenary sessions on Friday the 21st December 1984. At the plenary session of the All-Party Conference on Friday 14 December 1984, as chairman of the All-Party Conference, I made a statement outlining proposals which were the outcome of discussions at the meetings of the All-Party Conference, at meetings with leaders of delegation, with the recognized political parties, with a team of lawyers helping the conference, and informal discussions with ministers. The proposals, which took the form of draft legislation representing the views of the majority of the delegations forming the All-Party Conference, were presented to the session and were commended by me for the deep, careful and thoughtful consideration of the delegate. My statement of 14 December 1948